Cloud computing to me is simply an option. It's not something you should feel you're required to do. It should be something that should be considered. It's a kind of buy or lease decision. Do you build your environment and run a cloud, or do you want to lease that environment and run a cloud? The key is knowing what your services are. What are the services that you as an agency provide to the citizen community, to your own customers, and where is it the best fit? The internet is becoming more and more baked into our daily lives. And in the mission of the federal government, we're moving towards the Web 2.0, the Web 3.0 paradigm. The President talks about transforming infrastructure in the federal government, taking on a cloud or an internet-based approach to our IT investments because we depend on the internet to communicate. And with this next generation of the internet that was referenced in the session earlier today, IPv6, the whole way and manner in which the internet communicates and devices communicate in this world ubiquitously, globally, is changing. What's possible is, and what's hopeful is that there'll be more innovation going on in the federal landscape. Statistics show that we're a very status quo, business as usual, keep the lights on kind of an organization, if you want to call us that. I mean, we're a federated government when you think about it. Some agencies have really advanced in the area of innovation because that's primarily their mission. Department of Energy is a scientific research institution. They're always looking for innovation. Whether it's tracking a hurricane or following an epidemic, you need technology, you need to innovate so you can gather that data and information. But statistics do show that we in the government, the largest purchaser of IT, we spend close to $80 billion a year or spend that much money on services. We're spending a lot on steady state. And that just says to me, keep the lights on. But if we're moving into a transformation to the cloud and we're thinking about offloading and abstracting a lot of that information or requirements or what have you, the services, it should be freeing up money and time and resources to be more innovative. My thoughts are, leave your ego at the door. It's a collaboration. These are the same service providers that we depend on to do our jobs. I think just like we're preaching in the government sector, we have to be interoperable. We have to be portable. These companies that we rely on to be the backbone of our infrastructure and the application providers, it behooves them to work together. And I know they're all out for profit ultimately at the end of the day, but there is that element of collaboration. Some products won't work with other products, so as a result you create some sort of an interface or a standard, but not to the point where it's a choke point. Right? So I would say that agencies, while we're preaching collaboration, participatory, transparent government relationship building, that vendors have to do the same thing. I'm excited about moving beyond the education and awareness and really getting to some of these use cases. Yes, it's something I'm actively working on right now, but what I'm excited about is that agencies are going to now hopefully be doing that analysis to say, does it make sense to me? And maybe in the process uncover that there's some duplicative opportunities for reinvestment so that even we as a federal government start to look more into the mirror and say, what could we be doing to improve our process? And cloud gives us that option to start rethinking or going back to the drawing board and saying, are we doing it most effectively? Are we doing it most efficiently? Because it's not about just meeting the requirements, right? Cloud computing ultimately says, give us your requirements, and then when you're done and we're done satisfying those, is your operation, is your business running more efficiently? And that's what's pretty exciting if the effort's put into doing that sort of strategy setting.